All right, Mike. I can agree. Jason Garrett stinks. Okay, I've never been a big fan of Jason Garrett. However,
the whole offensive line is a joke. The whole offensive coach.
Oh, coach. You say offensive line. No, but here's the thing that you have to say that can give you some hope. Okay, is the fact that Jason Garrett had more influence going down the stretch with the offense, and you could see that they started opening up and playing better, right or wrong.
But does it really take a Amari Cooper to do something different?
Well, apparently it does.
To bring change, because
no, but I mean, okay, again, once the Eagle game, we started opening it up. You know, you saw against the Giants without Zeke Elliott, we started pushing the ball downfield. That's where Dak Prescott all of a sudden started having, good games and stuff. Doesn't that at least make you say, okay, there is at least improvement without Scott Linehan or when somebody else is taking over? Doesn't that at least say if Jason Garrett and this crew is going to do coaching by committee, that at least it should be better than what it was with just Scott Linehan and his garbage-ass offense? No?
It's going to be worse.
No, it can't be worse.
Calvin Moore is a joke. Jason Garrett is a joke.
I think, here's the thing. I think you're thinking that they're just going to go ahead and worship, Kellen Moore.
That's what they're doing.
No.
That's what they're doing.
Listen.
He's going to be a next head coach.
He's not going to be.
Yes,
why do you keep believing that crap?
Because of the pattern.
That only happened one time.
Look at the pattern.
Happened one time, and I think after that experiment,
Jason Garrett was quarterback coach, and then he became offensive coordinator, and then became head coach. Calvin Moore, with no experience, became a quarterback coach. Now he's the offensive coordinator, so he's next in line.
No, it's not next in line. That's bull crap. He will not. Kellen Moore will not be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Then why is he offensive coordinator then with the garbage? But okay, was Scott Linehan made offensive head coach? No. Was Bill Callahan made head coach? No.
But
we've had other offensive coordinators underneath Jason Garrett. None of them become our head coach.
But was Scott Linehan quarterback coach?
No, he wasn't our quarterback coach.
Okay,
he was. What was he originally? Because it was Callahan was calling plays.
Was he?
But okay, you are too far ahead right now. I tell you what, if it ends up being that Jason Garrett gets fired, it's either going to be Chris Richard is there. It will be Chris Richard becomes the head coach. You can take that to the bank. Now, if Chris Richard's gone, and all of a sudden the rest of the offense is now doing great because they're scoring points left and right, but they fail because of other things or other issues in Jason Garrett, then I could see that happening as a possibility. But just to say, oh, we're just going to hire him because he was the offensive coordinator. No, that's not how it's going.
And that's what did Jason Garrett.
They did because they kept thinking that he was going to be the genius, and because other teams thought that, oh my God, the Cowboys offense was lighting it up, and Baltimore wanted him to be their head coach. So that's why Jerry Jones said, you know what, this guy may be the next big thing. I got to lock him up, so let me make him the head coach. That was why.
Let him go to Baltimore.
Well, hindsight's 20/20, but it's
he won nothing with Jason Garrett. And are you satisfied with the playoff win?
I'm happy we got a playoff win. I'm not satisfied that I'm not going to the Super Bowl this week, but I can say this. No, hold on.
The way you play against the Rams?
Hold on. No, I'm
not satisfied.
I'm holding, but that's a flaw.
I'm not satisfied.
I'm not satisfied with that, but I gotta say, I'm satisfied. I'm happy that we are winning more than we are losing. That we have now a young team. That we have taken care of our salary issues. Those things I can be happy about. I can look and say that we are the fourth youngest team, even having Sean Lee and LP still on the roster. If those two guys aren't there, we may be one of the youngest teams in the NFL. I can say I'm happy that I've got the offensive line and now Travis Frederick coming back, that we may get back to the Great Wall of Dallas. I can say I'm happy that I got Dak Prescott in here, who is winning in spite of running a garbage-ass offense. I can say I'm happy that we traded a number one pick to get Amari Cooper in here because that guy's the real deal. I can say I'm happy that Zeke Elliott has taken a leadership role on this team and is now won the rushing title 2 out of 3 years and would have had a third one had it not been for the NFL police sitting there locking his ass down with no evidence. I can be happy about all those things. Am I happy that we're not in the Super Bowl? Hell no. I'm not satisfied. No.
You feel like garbage against the
That Rams. Happens. That happens in the NFL. Everybody has garbage games.
But you feel like garbage against the Rams.
That happens. That happens in the NFL. Everybody has garbage games. That happens. That happens in the NFL. Everybody has garbage games. That happens. That happens in the NFL. Everybody has garbage games.
And whose idea?
It's that's why they say any given Sunday, man.
And whose idea was it to give it to Zeke Elliott and not have that fake it to Zeke and have that run out?
The guy who's just got thrown under the bus, Scott Linehan, and his garbage ass offense. So you got him out of there. At least your players are excited about the possibility of somebody else. Come on, man.
And what's Calvin Moore going to teach them? Nothing.
So, wait a minute. You know, I'm Mr. Optimist, man. You've gotten to, Mr. Slip Rock that everything is doom and gloom now. We suck. You're beginning to sound like the 80% out there, man.
I don't like Calvin Moore.
There's a lot of things I don't like, but you know what? You gotta deal the hand that's dealt you, man.
Calvin Moore is a train wreck waiting to happen. He won 0 games in Dallas.
You know what? I gotta tell you, when the Dallas Cowboys drafted Jalen Smith, they said you were stupid. That guy may never play again.
Yeah,
look how he turned out.
But you know what we benefited from?
What?
Our doctors are the ones that did the surgery on him.
Okay, so but everybody doubted it, didn't they?
Because.
Well, okay, how about Van Der Esch? Everybody said, "Oh man, that was you need a wife. You should have got Calvin Ridley. Get Calvin Ridley. What are you doing, Cal?" You remember everybody basically packing their stuff up and cussing and leaving.
Hey, thank the New York City Giants for getting that on film because that was actually
everybody was in shock. They were like, Van Der Esch. He's going to be Bobby Carpenter. Bobby Carpenter. We just screwed the pooch. What the hell is going on? But how'd that work out?
Man, it worked.
He's like Brian Urlacher now.
And what did he do against in the Rams game?
Listen,
that was all because
there's only been one perfect team that won all the games. So there's one that was close, but they got their ass beat by the Giants, by Eli Manning. They were 18-0 going to the Super Bowl. So it happens. You have some bad games. Nobody plays perfect. That's why they have a saying called any given Sunday. Any given Sunday, you can either win or lose. It happens. Some days, you just ain't got it. It's not always the best team on the field. It's the team. And I will go through you. And here's the thing. You can say the team played like garbage. But just you pointing out the fact that 4th and 1, that we run the same damn play. Had we went ahead like you said, if he called a different play and Dak Prescott ended up rolling out and running down and getting the score, we win that game.
Or what if we had Van Der Esch out there said Sean Lee?
Again, that's not that you're talking about the players out there playing garbage. That was coaching out there.
Because Van Der Esch and
as bad as we play, we still had an opportunity.
Was it Van Der Esch and what's the other guy's name?
Jalen Smith? Sean Lee?
No, Jeff Heath are a better combination than Jeff Heath and Sean Lee.
Yeah.
Because they were
Earl Thomas.
They were out there.
Earl Thomas and Van Der Esch would have been a better combination.
Jeff Heath and Van Der Esch on every single play are hitting.
But here's the thing. More times than not, they played good. Okay? Would you rather be the Giants in their season? And look at that, what's going on again? They're not even sure Eli Manning is going to be back or if they want him back. They don't have a quarterback. And they got an overpriced diva wide receiver in Odella. Would you rather be the Washington Redskins that don't have a quarterback? And have Jay Gruden still? You think that guy's better than what we got? Oh, you're just ignoring me now, right? Okay. I see how you are.
I would never be satisfied until Calvin Moore gets off the field. Until he's nowhere near the team, I'm not going to be satisfied.
You don't know what you don't know, though. He might actually be a damn. I'm not saying he is. He might actually be. He could be Sean McVay. He could be Sean Payton.
You're taking it too far.
How am I taking it? We don't know. He's never been charged anything before.
He was in charge of teaching Dak Prescott something.
Do you know he was in charge of that? Or was it one of those things that basically I'm a kid going to work with dad?
I could tell by Dak Prescott's lack of emotion or lack of response to Calvin Moore when they were on the sideline. He over okay.
I mean, I played that clip last night on my live stream. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I get that. But
how are guys going to respect the guy?
It may be but apparently, listen. Somebody told me that Dak likes him.
I think he's just saying that just to say it.
No, this wasn't set out to the.
He said that before when he was named quarterback coach. And look what the response was.
Could it be possible that Dak is sitting there looking at like that because it's Scott Linehan talking through the headset to him, telling him some garbage ass crap that he knows. Look, just like Amari Cooper, Dak. This crap they're calling don't work. It could be the same effect right there sitting with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore knows this crap ain't Dak. You know the crap he's telling me right now. I know and you know that this is crap. But what can I do? He's my boss. He's your boss. We got to do what they say. Is that possible?
He is easy to go.
Well, so let me make sure I get this clear. If they hire him, are you going to be watching the team next year? Or are you just saying you're done with the team until?
I'm not to support the team, but I'm not going to like that Kellen Moore's our offensive coordinator.
Well, you know what?
I can still watch and not be excited about what's going on that field. I would never be satisfied until Kellen Moore gets fired.
Well, what if come next season? What if all of a sudden that offense is balling out and we go to win the Super Bowl? You going to turn around and eat crow and say, you know what, I was wrong about the man?
I would never change my opinion.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. What's your thoughts on Dak Prescott?
He's a damn good quarterback. That's not because of coaching. That's because he brought those skills here.
You didn't say that you were done with Dak? You've never said that?
That had nothing to do with Kelvin Moore. Kelvin Moore is garbage.
Because, here's what I remember from some of my crew. DMV, I remember you, Foots, saying that Dak is not the guy. He is terrible. He has nothing. I remember you guys. No. I remember people talking about he regressed and how bad he was and that he stinks. I remember that. I don't know. Were you part of that conversation?
Huh? I may have been mad at Dak Prescott because some of the stuff he did, but I never fell off the bandwagon of Dak Prescott.
Okay, all right, because I can go back through the Cowboys conglomerate there. Because I know Foots was like, he's garbage.
Foots definitely. Foots always been against Dak Prescott. DMV is like, towards the end of it, he was on Dak Prescott's train.
Mainly because people were basically...
But at the beginning of the season, he wasn't, but he's on Dak Prescott's train now. Foots
all right, it's going to be interesting to see what happens going in, because we're going to this offseason with a high note on Dak Prescott. We'll see if he continues to take off with that, or if it plateaus, or if it goes downhill. And if it takes off, then we know the biggest problem was Scott freaking Linehan.
Scott Linehan is the problem.
I'm actually interested to see John Kitna working with Dak.
Now that I think is going to be an improvement over Kelvin Moore.
I think that's truly going to be. Because, see, what I was trying to tell you, but you don't want to listen to me, is it's like that freaking architect that came up with that crap we had to build at the American Indian Museum.
Architects in general.
But no, he had a vision. He understood, this is what I want, but he didn't have a clue on how to do it. It took somebody down in the trenches like me to go ahead and take that idea and concept to make it reality. And maybe Kellen Moore is an architect, and he's not a guy like me that can teach how to do or do the work down in there. And maybe that's not his thing, to teach Dak Prescott the skills. You got to at least see, you look at John Gruden. He thought he had a high football IQ when it came to recognizing defenses and plays. But that don't mean that he knows how to make the sausage. You need John Kitna to make the sausage. All right, well...
You're never convinced about Kellen Moore.
Okay. Well, for those of you guys that always say that we never talk much and stuff, that, we actually do talk quite a bit. And we have discussions about the Dallas Cowboys and stuff. And today got a little bit heated up in here. So your take is, screw Kellen Moore, and you're pissed off till he's gone.
Go to my shop. You'll see that have merchandise that says Kelvin Moore must go.
Oh,
and I believe it, or Kelvin or whatever his name is.
You're in my shop, you get stuff like the Power of Four, and I'm a grown ass man, so okay, and spread the mojo. You can see where I'm the positive guy, he's the negative guy, so maybe we've got balance in here.
When it comes to Kelvin Moore,
all right. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm just gonna be glad to get home, and it's late. It's almost 5:30. Good Lord, I got so much to do in the next couple of days. Oh, there's not enough hours in the day, and I'm so tired. I'll see you guys.